investments to turn it into a regional park within the next 2 years. It would be one of the greatest parks here in Prince George's County. I've also been involved in bringing schools. I've been a community activist, a community leader, and I understand what people want as it relates to the services that are being provided by their elected officials. I'm basically the only one here that is qualified to move into the county executive office on day one, and let me explain to you why. The reason is that I've served on the county council for 8 years. I've been elected by my peers twice to be the chair. I've been involved in all of the budget process, understand all of the agencies, and I did travel to New York with the county executive when we got our first AAA bond rating. So I understand that. Last year we were able to close a $50 million gap by making certain adjustments in the budget process. So I do have that experience. I've been involved in bringing schools in as a community activist, 3 schools, and as a council member, 2 schools. The 3 schools as a community leader was Ernest Evergest, Lake Arbor Elementary, and Flowers High School, and as a council member, we brought in President Obama as one of my schools, and Fairwood Elementary in Fairwood. So I have a very great track record, and as they say in church, let my record speak for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Dean. Mr. Levi.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening, and thank you for hosting this wonderful forum. I am Delegate Jerron Levi. I represent a district in Prince George's County right now in the state legislature. And when I talk about the position of county executive, I always say that you need 3 things to do this job well. First of all, you need a vision for where we need to go as a county. In addition to managing government well, which is critical, we need to look up the road a bit and determine how we deliver that next generation of prosperity for our residents, how we produce a competitive workforce that is able to compete in a new and changing economy. What I've done is outline 10 steps, and they're also at my website, votelevi.com, that I believe are key for our county to be more advanced, more innovation driven, so we can be more job creating in the county. It includes 3 steps on how we leap ahead in education, how we spur job creation, how we deliver better government, and how we can be smarter on crime. I look forward to talking about that vision throughout the evening. I also say you need relevant experience. I've been senior staff on Capitol Hill. I'm a lawyer. I was a federal lobbyist for 15 years on behalf of working people, in addition to now serving in the state legislature, bringing nearly 20 years of relevant experience to bear. I would bring that to bear on this position. 20 years of watching government up close and personal, what works, what doesn't work in government. And then I also say you need ability. Prince George's County is a complicated place. 485 square miles, 27 municipalities, over 820,000 residents, a $2.6 billion budget, and nearly 30 budgeted agencies. It's a complicated place. I think you need vision, relevant experience, and ability. And I would bring all of that to bear on this job. Let me just mention a few things from my record. On step 5, I talk about ex-offender reentry. Most of the crime in the county is driven by 2 populations, returning ex-offenders and juvenile delinquents. I've passed laws, significant laws in both areas. We have to focus on those areas in order to be smarter on crime. On step 4, I talk about some issues around gangs. I was named Legislator of the Year this year of the Maryland State's Attorneys for a gang prosecution law that I passed. And then on step 3, one of the critical steps for us to leap ahead in education, I have a $1.1 million advanced math project going on in the county right now, for which I was named Public Servant of the Year of a large group of churches called the Collective Banking Group. I am working with the faith community on that. We need to produce more students who are in that top tier, who are advanced. So I have that project going on. I look forward to talking with you and answering your questions throughout the evening. Thank you.
We thank you so much, Delegate Levi. Mr. Baker.
Thank you, and thank you for having this forum tonight. I'm sorry that I'm running a little late. First of all, I mean, we're dealing with several critical issues in Prince George's County. You know, the most important of which is our K through 12 education system. The next county executive has got to get that right. Everything else depends on that. Your property values, the values of your home is all dependent on our ability to correct our K through 12 education. As somebody who spent the last 7 years working to retain teachers, to recruit teachers, to provide professional development, I bring 7 years of experience dealing with that. The other critical issue facing us is our ability to grow jobs. We have got to expand our tax base in Prince George's County. And the only way we're going to do that is by expanding a business commercial base. That means we've got to develop around these 15 metro sites that you see here. It makes no sense for you to drive to Addison Road or to Suitland, get on the metro, go downtown to DC, where you shop, where you see condos, where you see Vibrant, or just go over to Northern Virginia, or go to Montgomery County. Why can't that happen right here in Prince George's County? It's not because we don't have the resources. We pay just as much in taxes as anybody else. What we have to have is the leadership that understands how to get it done. I spent 10 years working to do that. The other thing that we're dealing with in this county is our healthcare system. We talk about the hospital as if it's separate from healthcare in general. One, we need to make sure that the hospital comes off our tax rolls, merge it with the state, merge it with the teaching facility, and provide quality health care throughout Prince George's County. And if we do those things and we continue to work on public safety, we're making strides right now in reducing violent crimes. But you know what? If you look at our fire department, if you go to any of these fire stations on any given night, you can find 1 to 2 people in the fire station. That means when a call comes, you might not have anybody in your neighborhood to answer the call. We can't allow that to happen. So as somebody who's committed to making sure that Prince George's County has a first-rate education system, has a first-rate public safety, that will move our county forward. That will make a good county, which is what it is, into a great county. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Sheriff Jackson.
Good evening. Reverend Lee, thank you for having this forum tonight. I agree